Students occasionally told horror stories of people in their companies who lied, cheated, and politicked their way up the career ladder. They told of people filing false or inflated performance reports, taking credit for the work of others, poaching clients from colleagues, sabotaging the work of coworkers they viewed as competitors, and all manner of other underhanded deeds. Their stories demonstrated in stark terms how the workplace can be a challenging environment for Christians. For several class meetings, I could tell something was bothering Melinda. As the stories told by her older classmates swirled around her, Melinda, normally an active participant in class discussions, became quiet and pensive. She wasn't herself. Finally, she approached me after class and asked a question that had been troubling her for some time. With all of the unethical behavior that goes on in the workplace, is it possible for a Christian like me to have a successful career without compromising my faith? There seem to be so many obstacles. She went on to explain how some of the business publications she read contained stories even worse than those we heard in class. In fact, a publication focused on business ethics was replete with stories of prominent business leaders who engaged in behavior clearly inappropriate and, in some cases, illegal. What concerned Melinda even more was the anti-Christian tone that seemed to keep cropping up in articles about the latest trends in corporate policies. As a result, after nearly 4 years of college, this intelligent, dynamic Christian woman was having second thoughts about pursuing a career. Fast forward to the present. Since that meeting with Melinda, I have counseled numerous Christian women who have expressed similar concerns. Some were college students, but most were working professionals. What I told Melinda and the women I have counseled since is contained in this book. As Christian women, you will differ from your working peers in what you believe, how you behave, what is important to you, and how you do your job. Being different can and probably will put you at odds with your coworkers at times. As you work to build a career, your faith is going to be challenged in ways both subtle and overt. There will be obstacles to your success, some of them tied directly to your faith. Fortunately, there are also strategies directly from Scripture for overcoming these obstacles. Strategies that will allow you to excel without compromising your faith. In fact, not only can you survive at work, you can thrive, and do it without compromising your faith. More than anything else, your Christian values, principles, and work ethic will make you successful in the long run, provided you apply them consistently and wisely. Of course, as you might expect, this is easier said than done. Hence this book. Be encouraged. Melinda did it. She accepted a position in banking and is doing well. In fact, she is enjoying an exceptionally successful career. This is good news indeed, but even better news is she is excelling without compromising her faith, and so can you. Expect to be different. Tawanda didn't know it would be like this. As a committed Christian, Tawanda knew she was different from many of the people she met in college. But she chose her friends wisely, most of them from the student Christian organization at her school. Consequently, worldview differences between Tawanda and her college friends were minimized. However, having embarked on a career, Tawanda didn't get to choose her coworkers, a fact that was causing problems. The differences between her values and those of her coworkers were, in some cases, stark. Tawanda told me that when she was with her coworkers, she often felt like a cosmic alien. Some of her coworkers openly rejected Christianity, while others seemed to float along in a fog of religious ambiguity, never making a decision one way or the other. What really bothered Tawanda about some of her coworkers was they shared a seemingly self-centered moral code. To them, right was whatever advanced their personal agendas or made them happy in the moment. Many of her coworkers seemed to be guided solely by self-gratification, self-indulgence.